Welcome along to the Milk Bar End of Year Quiz for 2020. Yes, welcome along. It is time for us to take a little bit of a look back at 2020. What a year it's been. We've got some questions for our two teams, but I think first of all we should meet them. And welcome, first of all, the Mayor of Wolverhampton, ConsortClaire Darke. Hello.
Hello, lovely to see you again.
Good to see you, and our third quiz, which has involved you, and we're always happy to have you along. And we've got quite a team around you. On your side, we've got your consort, Dr. Paul Darke. We have got Claire Dickens, Chair of the Suicide Prevention Forum, and also we have our musician, Heidi Brown. So we will introduce them shortly. But first of all, Claire, I mean, obviously it's been a difficult year to be Mayor of Wolverhampton, and anywhere has suffered pretty much this year, although Wolverhampton really has pulled together, and you've seen a great response from the council team.
Yeah, it's been really challenging, of course, for everybody, and we've all had to change the way we do things. But yeah, I think we've all pulled together and we've come out on top, really, and I think we've drawn all together and worked well together.
And obviously, you have done a second term as mayor. In effect, you're the longest-serving mayor in recent history, I think, aren't you?
I am, yes. Something for the history books, apparently. So yeah,
there we go. Something nice in
circumstances,
yeah.
Though, is it?
It's a strange old year. And Paul, what's it been like being consort for the extra period? Obviously, you've not had that many extra openings and things to go to due to the circumstances.
Well, I had hoped that I'd lose a bit of weight through having less cake, but obviously being at home doing nothing, I've had more cake. So it's not quite gone as I'd planned. But no, it's good. You know, I join Claire on a few Zoom events every now and then, and but it gives you time to sit back and reflect and think about your priorities in life. And I think, you know, that's one of the good things about it, which I think has been pretty useful, really.
Mm-hmm. And the mayoral charities this year and this 2-year period include the Suicide Prevention Forum. Claire Dickens, you are one of the charities receiving funds from the efforts of the mayor and the team this year. And obviously some amazingly vitally important work that you're doing, and more so than ever in the last 12 months.
Yeah, I think it would be wrong to predict a rise in suicide given what's going on, but the red flags, the things that people struggle with, you know, are compounded what's going on with the pandemic. So we want to try and use some of the money that the mayor's raising with the view to focus on some priority areas for suicide prevention.
Absolutely. Well, good work to be done there, and we'll talk more about what you have planned in 2021 in a short while's time. And Heidi Brown, you make the fourth member of the team. We will be having some music from you as we head through the show as well. But 2020 wasn't the year of live performances you planned, although I have seen you like halfway up hills singing and things like that.
Yeah, I've had to innovate with the kind of, either digital gigs or completely outdoors. So I have had some unusual scenarios. I've played out in fields with sheep coming up to have a look. Done some living room concerts via Zoom, but yeah, certainly no festivals, no sort of sit down gigs. So it's been a weird one. Hope to next summer for a bit more live music action.
Fingers crossed it works out that way, which is what we're planning now. So Claire, should we designate you the red team? I think we'll go with that.
That'd be great.
Okay, you are the red team. On to the green team then. And this has been headed up by one of our regulars and I think normally a team captain. That is Kelly Jeffs of the Lighthouse Media Centre. Hello to you.
Hi everyone, it's good to see you all.
And I'm loving the fact that you are wearing lights all over your jumper as well, which is sort of bringing that lighthouse feel to things, even though, unfortunately, much of the year you've not been able to open.
No, sadly, it's just been constantly shifting sands, and I've had to keep a close eye on the whole sector and obviously in the background fundraising, try and keep it propped up ready for when we can reopen. Personally, I've been doing a bit of volunteering with the Real Junk Food Project, delivering food parcels and doing a lot of walking, a lot of reflecting. As Paul said earlier, it's been a real challenging time for us all. But in terms of the actual cinema sector, oh gosh, it's decimated, but it's also interesting how it's accelerating change, and it's accelerating change that we would have probably been adopting anyway in the future, in terms of the way we consume stuff and the way that distributors are dealing with film releases. So there's lots of layers that we've had to think about, which hence why we're still closed until we find out whether we've got some government funding, which we've had a little bit of funding confirmed this week, but we're waiting for an assessment on the rescue package, which is a more significant amount of money. So it's really, it's stepping stones, but hopefully we'll get through it. And I miss everyone so much, and everybody in social media has been so supportive. We had a great crowdfunder in the summer that helped so we've got some funds aside to help reopen it as well. It's just suck it and see.
Absolutely. And, looking forward to a better 2021, fingers crossed, although it's not going to be the early months of the year, things improve. And this has obviously decimated the comedy circuit. Somebody who is born in Wolverhampton's, I think, premier professional comedian. Even if you're the only one, you're absolutely the best. Susan Murray, welcome to join us from Tier 4, unfortunately.
Yes, I'm going to give you COVID via the screen.
Enjoy it.
Gigs are off. We've done some outdoor gigs, and I managed to put on a run of gigs at the gig that I run in Walthamstow, literally by the skin of our teeth. So like 90 minutes after my last gig with Stephen K. Amos finished, we went into Tier 3. No, Tier 4 even. Oh no, we went into Tier 3 and now we're in Tier 4. That was Saturday. I mean, it's just so fast moving. I can't really keep track of it.
It is difficult keeping on top of what's going on. But you've done some brilliant stuff online, haven't you, though?
Yeah, it's been all right, I guess. But I've got this theory. Now, back me up, people. Basically, sending the kids back to school has turbocharged the virus. Am I right or am I right?
Well, I think we're all remaining politically quiet on that one.
Yes. Well, I'm glad, Claire, that you are actually the mayor, because I was like, what does she come as? But you're actually the mayor, so I'll let you off.
That's her average brooch. She wears that all the time.
Let's move on to the next member of the team, and this is going to be Rupi Lal. Now, Rupi, I mean, you're an actor. You've obviously had some hits on your work this year when it comes to acting, but you also do some brilliant stuff with coaching too, and you've kind of been helping prepare kids for the traumas that they've been going through at the moment. And I know you do some absolutely fantastic work in schools, don't you?
Yeah, I work for Loudmouth Education and Training. We're a theatre and education company. We go into schools, colleges, FE colleges, youth clubs, and obviously we haven't been able to do that since COVID in March. We were quite fortunate in terms of the directors. They were quick on it and they were thinking of ways that we can still continue with our work. And what we've come up with, which is working really well, is our scripts had to turn them into little short films. So 25, 30-minute short films on various subjects. So we cover mental well-being, we cover exploitation, domestic abuse, all these different topics that we cover. We've turned them into short little films. So what will happen is that the year group will watch the film for, again, 25, 30 minutes, which includes hot seating. And then we'll then get beamed into their classroom. So we'll have a classroom at a time. We'll do a virtual workshop so we can run the discussions with the group and then signpost to various places for help and support. It's great for us because we're working with the young people still in a new, different way, but it's great to get that interaction from them, and they've really accepted it. And I think because a lot of the schools that are having us in are familiar with our work, they trust us to come in, and it's been going really, really well. So that's been us really this year, trying to find a new way to work. We've done that, and we had our Christmas party virtually, which was different. And in the meantime, I've been trying to do what I could do, really, bits and bobs on the side. I did a short little filming for a corporate video, and I was playing a tradesman, so that was quite funny. And then I do my own kind of little quiz on Facebook at times as well, my own little show, and that seemed to be going all right as well. So I've just tried to keep myself busy as much as I can do.
And you're still getting royalties from your appearance in Brum all those years ago.
It's still on YouTube. It's on the iPlayer now as well. So the Stolen Necklace episode. With my
and Doctors. He was in Doctors, weren't you?
I was in Doctors as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice one, Paul. Yeah, it's proper done your research, ain't you, Paul? So yeah, but Brum, no, I think the royalties have stopped now, unfortunately. But I still get noticed for it, so which is nice.
You need a better agent. Maybe sort that out for your next TV appearance. But there we go. Right, on to our fourth and final member of what is going to be the Green Team, Christopher Commander, magician, actor, and certainly viable.
I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, nature abhors a vacuum, so we're all stuck in the same thing, and especially creatives, we're all stuck in the same boat trying to deal with either side of it, directorial side, distribution side, acting side, we're all in the same. Someone said to me, we're all in the same storm, but not in the same ship, which I thought was an interesting thing. Everyone's dealing with something in a different way. I've just tried to keep myself busy. Teaching over the summer when we always thought it was, it's going to be 2 months. Yeah, right. And then for Christmas, usually I'm doing a performance of Christmas Carol somewhere in the world. And this year it's virtual. So
it's still going to be well worth a look, and I think the Dickensian times would have been expecting something like this, wouldn't they? It's probably cholera in those days, wasn't it? So it all kind of fits together and prepares us for that method acting that you never really wanted to do. So we've got 5 rounds of quizzing to do for our teams, the first of which will be on the buzzer and will be our news round. We will have our music round second. Our third is going to be looking at the talents of our guests and see how they get on with performing something for us as a bit of a party piece. This could go horribly wrong. And then we will be looking at Name That Child. We'll explain that a little more when we get to it. And also, we will have our general knowledge round to finish things off. That's all on the way. So here we go with round 1, and this is on the buzzer, as I say. We have questions looking at 2020. These are news stories. We're hoping that it doesn't all turn into a COVID session. However, let's see what we get. So if you are ready on your buzzers, we have green and we have red. I'm keeping score myself tonight because of the pandemic. I'm not allowed to have someone sat less than 2 meters away from me keeping score. So we'll see how this goes. We should hear people buzz in. When you buzz, I will then announce who was fastest on the buzzer and then come to you for your answer. So, phones at the ready to be your buzzers. Here we go. Question 1. In 2020, we celebrated what anniversary of VE Day? Kelly has buzzed in first.
75 years?
It is 75 years. 1 point to our green team. Next up, second question. What new exhibit has been going down a storm at the RAF Cosford Museum? Well, anyone buzz in? We know it's going to fly. Paul Darke comes in.
A plane.
It is a plane. Which... Next up, we have Claire the Mayor.
Spitfire.
It's not a Spitfire. I
got it right. It was a plane.
It is a plane. We want more than plane. We've got Susan Murray.
Is it a Concorde?
Sadly not. I wouldn't be great to have a Concorde. That would be fantastic. Now, clue was in the question when it was going down a storm. Some Shakespeare might go for.
Tempest.
Well, as it is, Chris buzzed in, as he's a Shakespearean actor. And what were you going to say, Chris?
Tempest.
You see, so you've given the game away there, Mr. Darke, although you were going to go for that anyway, weren't you, Chris?
I was.
Yes.
I was going between that and the Storm and Lear, but that's beside the point.
There we are. So we've got 2 points to the green and nothing to the red so far. On to question number 3. Ejion Brown, 19, from Wolverhampton, is hoping to qualify in the 2024 Olympics in Paris, but what is the event? It's a brand new event. What is he hoping to qualify in? Oh, quick buzz in from Paul.
Break dancing.
It is. Paul, do you follow the breakdance scene quite closely?
Obviously. Every time I fall out of my wheelchair, I do it avidly.
Well, maybe Ejion could do with a partner in this one then. AJ the Cypher Cat is his name on the dancing circuit. What's yours, Paul?
Mine's broken leg.
Okay. Well, point to the red team. Hopefully no injuries. Particularly as they get older, you've got to be careful, haven't you? Question number 4. What type of farm is being planned for a site near to New Cross Hospital? Kelly buzzes in first.
Is it wind farm?
It's not. The mayor buzzed in second, though.
Solar energy. Solar
Is
farm.
correct. On to question 5. Which city venue played the part of Bygate Hill Secondary School in Steve McQueen's Red, White and Blue on the BBC this year? Paul buzzes in.
It was Wolverhampton College in Paget Road. It used to be Wolverhampton College.
Yes, back in the day. So another point to Reds. Question number 6. Micro-sculptor Willard Wiggin has immortalised which Wolverhampton-born celebrity in the eye of a needle? Paul Darke buzzes in again.
Beverly Knight.
Is correct. Do you just sit there reading the Express and Star?
Yeah. No, I just have an intuition as the consort to the Mayor of Wolverhampton into all that happens in relation to Wolverhampton.
Is the hat helping in some way?
This is a gift from Shimla in India, and we had a special reception for the people of Shimla in India. They gave me this hat.
Little did they realise you'd be wearing it for a quiz. Next question, we're on to number 7. Which charity opened its Retail Plus store in the former Wilco site in the city centre this year? Paul's buzzed in first again.
It's not Compton Hospice, is it?
It's well, I'm going to call that one out because you've got the name wrong there. So let's have somebody else buzz in. Kelly buzzes in next.
ConsortClaire.
It is ConsortClaire. Okay, on to our next question, number 8. What creature escaped from a zoo near Wolverhampton and went on a tour of Wall, Heath and Dudley this year? Paul buzzes in first again.
A Bilstonian.
It's not someone from the town of Bilston. Chris Commander comes in.
Oi!
Sorry?
Penguin?
It wasn't a... Penguins aren't known for their ability to escape any...
No, but it was a good image in my head.
Okay. There's lots of... Let's reset the buzzers. Let's go again. Who wants to buzz in now? The mayor buzzes in next.
Was it a wolf?
It wasn't a wolf. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? But dangerous. Next, we've got Rupi.
I'm guessing a bear.
It's not a bear. Okay, I'm going to... Susan's come through. What are you going to go for?
Some sort of big cat.
It wasn't. No. Let's go this way. It had wings. Guess a type of bird that might...
I'm buzzed.
Oh, sorry, Claire. Was that? Yeah. Claire, go on then. Have a go.
A flamingo.
It's not a flamingo. No. It's better at flying than that. Any last takers? We've run through most of the mayor's having another go.
An eagle.
No, I'm gonna have to call it. It is actually a baby pelican. So no, we're not going to give any points on that one. So no, but good try. And I think we've gone through most of the animals that are on the Ark, which I think we're probably going to be building next. The way things are going. Okay, engine production at I-54 hit a major milestone this year. How many engines did they celebrate? Who's going to buzz in first? We have Claire.
1,000.
It's not 1,000. Higher than 1,000. Susan is next.
1 million.
It's more than 1 million, but good answer. Then Chris Commander buzzed in.
1 billion?
It isn't 1 billion. Rupa, you were next.
I'm going to say 100 million.
It's not 100 million. It's Susan wasn't too far away. Paul Darke's going next.
10 million.
It's not 10 million, no. Susan was really, really close. She's going to give another guess.
2 million.
It's between 1 million and 2 million. It's a nice round number. Any guesses? Kelly was next.
1.5 million.
It's correct answer. Thank you for putting us out of our misery there.
Jesus God.
I know that was hard work. That was worse than trying to guess a baby pelican, that one, wasn't it? But there we are. Oh, dear. Right. On to question number 10, and our final one in this round, thank heavens. What appeared in Bluebell Woods in Purton to encourage families to enjoy the great outdoors? Susan Murray.
Was it a massive consignment of heroin?
It wasn't, no. That might have been an interesting proposition. Kelly was next to buzz in.
Was it painted pebbles or rocks?
It was. They became Percy the COVID Cobra. and more than 1,000 painted stones having been started by artist Chris Hawthorne. So that's a bit of fun. So that brings us to the end of our first round. And our green team that Kelly is leading are on 5 points, and our red team are on 4. So it's on to our music round next, and we have volunteered a member of each team to be the performer. For the green team, it is Chris Commander. Are you ready to gargle, sir?
Yes, I am now.
And for our red team, we've got Claire Dickens, who has got... is that Prosecco you're gargling with there? Honestly, no. Okay. Right, so as the Reds are behind, we'll let you go first. We have 3 songs which Claire is going to gargle, and you can shout up if you tell what the songs actually are. This is the round that always goes really interestingly. Fortunately, we haven't got combs and paper this year. It is actually gargling, which is safe in the confines of your own home, as long as, again, you're at least 2 metres, because we don't want any aerosol droplets hitting anybody at all, okay? So, Claire, a drink at the ready and enough paper towels to keep everything dry. Take it away with song number 1. Anything from that from our red team?
I did it my way.
It's definitely a little more recent than that, although not in the charts in the last couple of years, I'll give you. Any more guesses from our red team?
Do it once more. Do the chorus this time.
That was the chorus. I see. Heidi, as a professional musician, is slightly alarmed by this. Rupi, you can't join in yet.
Jason, I'm on the green side. Can I guess?
Not yet. So, any guesses, Heidi? Can you tell what that is?
Heroes by Bowie.
No. Heidi, any ideas? Because you're the only one who hasn't answered.
I feel like it's an 80s song.
Oh, no, we are in the 90s. Let's see what we've got from our green team. I know Kelly and Rupi are both keen to suggest titles.
Kelly, you go.
Let me entertain you.
Oh, yeah.
It is. So, it'll be awarded as 1 point to Greens there. Next up, song number 2, please, Claire.
Don't stop me now.
There we go. Points to the Reds on our second song, and if you could raise a glass to song number 3, please.
Finking Nemo.
No. Mamma mia, here we go again. Mama, I cannot resist it.
It's their team's question.
So we'll guess Mamma Mia.
Oh.
You gave it away.
But a beautiful rendition there, Susan. That was fantastic. I'm shall I give half a point each for that one? I think just to be generous. Okay. Okay. So we've had there. Susan, you can join in with this bit now because Chris is going to gargle for you. Okay.
I don't know this song.
You must know this. You're young.
I'll try.
I
think I've heard the chorus.
Well, he's a magician that adds at least 30 years to his natural age.
That was, I think, very good. I can tell what that is. Admittedly, I've got it written down in front of me, but
yeah,
it could almost be a TikTok sensation with this. He's changed key and choked himself. Before he does himself an injury, anybody got any clues? No? It is a big hit with TikTok viewers. Anything from our red team? Any ideas?
Was it the Fleetwood Mac thing?
It wasn't Fleetwood Mac, Paul. Rupi?
I'm guessing it's a Jason Derulo song.
It's not. It is, in fact, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. But I could get that. That was good for me. On to our second song then, Chris. We've got something which is a little more historic this time.
Yellow Submarine.
Claire, you're not supposed to be playing this one.
Oh, sorry.
I think I know what it could be.
Rupi's got a suggestion for us. What is it, Rupi?
I'm going to go with Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
Would you honestly know? Would you have got that anyway?
Possibly if I heard a little bit more, but you know.
This time, as we've already done the goodwill gesture, I'm actually going to give an extra point to the green team there, Claire.
They need some help. This
is it. Okay, third and final song in our music round. Chris, take it away. Well, I haven't got a clue, but all the pigeons in his neighbourhood are suddenly heading directly for him. No more than that.
Start again.
What's with the pauses?
It's a very difficult one to gargle.
Which is the way you're doing it.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Is it when the Saints go marching in?
It isn't. I mean, how you get even anything from that, I don't know. Here we go. Have another attempt, Chris. This is, I think, your third and final attempt.
Is it a Christmas song?
It's not.
The melody in my head isn't coming out of my gargle.
Okay, I'm going to give some clues just to try and make it a little bit easier. It features in the musical Our House.
Is it Baggy Trousers?
It's not.
Why didn't you hum it, Jason?
It must be love.
Correct, Kelly. Point to the greens there. Absolutely excellent. Which means we have 3.5 points to the greens and 1.5 to the reds after our music round. That was quite a treat. Chris, don't give up the day job. So before we go on to round 3, which is our skills round, let's get the latest scores from me. And our green teams currently sit on 8.5 and the reds trail down at 5.5. So this round could really change things. I get to be judged now. I've always wanted to be Simon Cowell, only even I'm not that unpleasant. However, we're going to test the skills of our team members now. Now, not everyone in the team has got to provide something here, but if they were all to, it might help bump up the scores. I'm going to offer 5 points for each team to try and earn with their skills here. And Kelly, we've got a few in your team who are going to demonstrate something for us. Is it yourself and Susan, I think, who've got something to demonstrate?
Okay, so this is something I made during lockdown. I hadn't taken up this skill for about 7 years, and then I finished a project that had been in a basket for 7 years, and then I did this project. So it's knitting. And this is my scarf.
Ooh.
A nice pattern in different colours.
And I like the fact we can see your jumper through it as well. That's working really well.
Yeah, so that's my scarf. And now it's turned into a blanket for the kitten that I got earlier this summer.
Oh, so that all those hours and all the kitten does is sleep and other things on it, yeah.
He does that breading thing, where the biscuit thing, where they do that on it. So that's. Let me put it on so you can see it
in its glory. That is quality. Susan Murray, can you top that and add to the point score for your team?
I've created a monster. Well, it could be that, or it could be sausage rolls. I don't know. I made these, and I'm a very, 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 very bad cook. And not only that, I made mince pies as well.
Now, to prove these are good, and also maybe testing your acting ability if they're not, would you want to taste one of those for us now, please?
I've already had 3 today.
There we
lovely.
Go. They must be. Ordinarily, we'd get Paul Hollywood around to check on these things for you, but I couldn't do that. Even Paul Darke can't make it, unfortunately. Rupi and Chris, anything from you?
Chris, have you got anything?
Yeah, I've got something.
What have you got for us, Christopher Commander?
Jason, can you guess?
Would it be a magic trick?
It might be.
Okay, so who would you like as your stooge? Okay,
Claire, what I'd like you to do is
Claire.
in your mind.
Claire the mayor.
Oh, there's 2 Claires. Please, the mayor, please. Okay. Claire, what I'd like you to do is go through in your head. Don't say anything out loud. Pick one of those suits. Doesn't have to be your favorite. Clubs, hearts, spades, or diamonds. Don't say it out loud. Just keep it in your head. And then you've got 13 cards in that suit. You've got the number cards and you've got the picture cards. So assign either a number or one of the picture cards to it. So you will have arrived, hopefully, at a random card. Yes, you have one card in your mind. Now, usually, I would say, show someone so I know you're not fibbing, but promise me that you won't change your mind later on.
No.
Okay, here we go. It's also a very bad joke. Okay. I have a pack of cards here. Yes. Are you ready, Claire? I'm going to Mayor. I am going to name your card, and because it's Christmassy, it's around Christmas time, I'm gonna say. You got your card in your head?
Yep.
I'm gonna name it Tim. Tiny Tim in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Did I get it right? No, it's a terrible joke. It's a terrible joke. But so we know that you don't change your mind. What was the card that you're thinking of?
The 11 of hearts.
The 11 of hearts. Nice, wrote it down. The 11 of hearts, which is the Jack of hearts, I think.
Yes.
Yes. All of
very good.
Well, no, not yet.
It's all hearts.
They're
all in there somewhere.
There should be a Jack of hearts in here. There it is, Jack of hearts. See? Told you.
Fabulous.
He was in the pack the whole time.
That's impressive.
Also a bad joke. But the one thing. No. Don't pity clap me. The one thing I didn't tell you about this pack of cards is they each have a name on. See? So Eric is the 6 of clubs. Felix, they're all different.
Yeah.
And I named your card Tim before you said what it was.
You did.
A Tom, a Chloe, an Alice, a Rosalind, Seth, Scott, Katie, Scarlett, Jess. Oh, somewhere in here. Bob.
Is Tim there?
There's Tim.
There's Tim.
And you said the Jack of
Hearts.
Oh.
Yay.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing. I am very impressed. It's looking good for green team. And Rupi, you're going to abstain on this one, aren't you?
Well, I can do something, but I just need a prop. So if you give me a minute, I can get something and I can do something for you.
Go get your prop.
Right. Anyone want to see an impression of a superhero?
This sounds intriguing. Yeah. I think we're all up for this.
Okay. We'll get ready to meet the superhero. You'll guess it because the impression is going to be too good. Right. I'm Batman.
Oh, very good.
So this is your secret identity that we don't normally know?
Sorry, Rupi's gone away. This is Batman. Right?
Okay, so we've seen the Greens' attempts to entertain and amuse. Let's move on to our red team. And we're looking for points out of 5 here. I'm going to announce the scores after I've seen both sets, just in case this is really, really good. It's difficult to beat Tim on the cards and the Susan sausage rolls, but we will see how it works out. So, Claire, what have you got for us? Claire Darke.
Yes, I'm going to move my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. So what you need is a piece of paper, probably one out of the printer. You can take it and you chop it into 4 different pieces. So you end up with a small piece of card like this. And what you want to do is you want to fold it in half and mark the centre and then score from the centre down to the middle fold. This
is one you prepared earlier, like on Blue Peter.
It is. And so then you want to seal the edges. So I'm going to stick my little bit of tape on there.
Right.
Seal the edge on the other side. And it's looking pretty flat, but then
Is this how you
You
gift wrap
open
all
it
your
up.
Christmas gifts?
Nice little triangle.
Hey.
Excellent work. I'm liking it. That's a quality bit of paper folding and sellotaping. That is good. Claire, thank you for that one. Consort, what have you got for us, Mr. Darke?
I'll show you. This is for Claire Dickens, because I know she's just got a piano. But I'm going to play some air piano.
Okay.
Are you ready? So let's start now.
Absolutely. I already gets a round of applause there. I'm impressed. Next up, Heidi. What have you got for us as a bit of a skill? Because we know you're hugely talented when it comes to the world of music.
I'm going to bring out my lesser known musical instrument here today. It's a very transportable instrument called the mouth trumpet.
It's where you're hiding the trumpeter that gets me. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm impressed there. That is fantastic. And on to our fourth member of our red team. Claire, what have you got for us?
It is wine.
Okay.
But I make it.
Ooh. Okay. And do you have to tread the grapes yourself in full-on French style?
Pick anything that will rot and you can mulch down with yeast. I'll make it into wine. So this was picked from dams and trees in some land at the side of my house. Year of lockdown, so I'm going to actually keep this for as long as I possibly can as a memento for this year.
Good idea.
That's our dams and wine. Even put the wax seal on. Look.
Absolutely quality. I'm very impressed.
Claire, if you can make it from anything that rots, can you make it from like pork?
No, not pork. It needs to be a fruit or a veg.
You've always fancied some pork wine.
You have bacon wine. How brilliant would that be?
No, I'm liking the idea. That sounds fantastic.
Just dip your bacon sandwiches in your glass of wine.
Don't give her ideas. I don't think she needs any help with that one, to be fair. We've got two very talented teams, and now I've got to decide who I'm going to give points to. I'm thinking, based on the quality of the magic trick and the sausage rolls, equally the knitting that we've seen as well, then I'm going to bring 5 points to the greens. And reds is close. I'm going to give you 4.5 because I haven't got a chance to taste the dams and wine, and we haven't been able to sample that. So
there's 12. There's 12.
So well, maybe if there's one in the post, we may be able to have a rethink. Right, so let's take a look at the scores then as we then head towards our fourth round. Currently, the greens are on 13.5 and the reds are on 10. Time for round 4 and a new one for the end of year quiz. It is Name That Child. I have in front of me the top 10 girls and boys' names in the West Midlands. Green team, I want you to try and work out as many names as you can from the top 10 girls' names. And red team, as many boys' names as you can from the top 10. If you get one that's on the list, then we will score a point. There are 10 points up for grabs. What you're going to do, have a think on your own. Just mull this over in your mind. Have a little think. You can whisper things out loud because it's not going to hurt between the teams. But you have 40 seconds to get your head in gear on this.
Boys are Jack or Liam or
Archie and Albert. Victorians.
I would say think of pop stars.
Harry.
Pop star names.
We go back to Harry.
Really, you know.
Popular
What did you say, Heidi? You said another name.
Archie and Albert's like Victorian names. They're back in.
Yeah.
I would say Ariana. Roman, I think, is another one that's catching on. Well, that's for a male, obviously, but.
Okay, we've had a little bit of thinking time. Kelly, give us some girls' names you think might be popular.
Ariana.
Right, no, that's not on the list. Another one from you?
Kate.
Oh, have we got a Kate? We haven't got a Kate.
Catherine.
No, Catherine's.
Megan.
No, not appearing. There are some quite old names on here.
Jessica.
Lottie.
No.
Elizabeth.
No. Chris, any guesses from you?
Jessica.
Is not there. There's one that
Amelie.
that is well, Amelia is close enough. We'll give you a point for that one.
Amelia.
I know, Susan, one person you absolutely love shares one of the names on this list.
Olivia.
Is there. That's a second point for our Greens. Rupi, any suggestions?
Pippa.
Isn't there, unfortunately. If we didn't go festive, you could have the holly and the...
Ivy.
There we go.
Ivy.
Right. I think we call it. So we've got 3 points to the Greens from that round. Okay. Mayor Claire, give us a few suggestions for boys' names.
Jordan, Archie,
No, they're not there.
Harry.
We've got Harry. Point for Harry. Anybody else from the Reds want to drop in with some names?
Jack.
Isn't popular.
Tommy.
No.
Albert.
No, Albert's either. There's something close to Albert.
Albie.
No. So it's the same sort of era. You think of as old as that.
Archie.
I'm going to give you Arthur. I'm going to give you Arthur because that's close.
Arthur, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Alfie.
George.
No,
Robert.
George. Oh, yeah, we got George. We got George, and one more name.
Elijah.
Who was that one?
Nigel.
No,
Elijah.
Nigels.
No, Elijah.
Elijah, no Elijah's either, I'm afraid. So we're looking at 3 each. The most popular girls' names in the West Midlands are Amelia, Olivia, Ava, Isla, Grace, Freya, Mia, Isabella, Ivy and Sophia. And boys' names are Mohammed, Oliver, George, Noah, Arthur, Mohammed, Harry, Jacob, Charlie and Leo. So we got 3 points each to our teams there, which means we're on 16.5 for the Greens and 13 for the Reds. So it's still not impossible for either team to win. We could go either way as we head into our final round, which will be general knowledge on the buzzers. So here it is, our general knowledge round. Everybody ready with fingers on buzzers once more. Question number 1. What did the Romans call Scotland? Paul Darke buzzed in first.
Hell.
No, that is the wrong answer. Susan Murray buzzed in next. What have you got for us?
Caledonia.
Is the correct answer. I'd expect you to know that being a Murray, but there we go. Question number 2. Since 1977, where has Snooker's World Championship taken place? Rupi buzzes in first.
Sheffield.
It is where in Sheffield, though? I'll give you half a point for
The
Sheffield.
Grand Crucible.
It is. That is correct. 2 points to Greens. Question number 3. Name one of the 6 founding members of the European Union. Who's going to buzz in first with one of those? Paul Darke buzzes in. What have you got for us?
France and Germany.
Oh, well, they're both on there, so we'll give you a point because we're nice like that. Question number 4. Which vitamin is the only one that you will not find in an egg? Kelly buzzes in. What are you going for, Kelly? What won't you find in an egg? No, A is in there. Who wants to buzz in next? Claire. C is the correct answer. So another point to our red team there. Next up, question 5. In what year was the first episode of Coronation Street broadcast on ITV? Susan was first on her buzzer that time.
1967.
It wasn't 67. Celebrated a specific year. And Rupi buzzes in next.
Is it 1945?
It isn't. It was their 60th anniversary this year. Claire Dicko buzzes in.
1960.
Is the correct answer. Another for our Reds. On to question number 6.
Now it's the sherry.
It's all helping. Question number 6. One Direction are known for being the runners-up in the X Factor in 2010, but who came first? Claire first.
Leona Lewis.
It wasn't Leona Lewis. Oh, who's going to buzz in next? Paul Darke buzzes in.
Alexander Burke.
It's not. Susan Murray buzz next.
The Girls Aloud.
It wasn't Girls Aloud. I'm gonna call it. It was actually Matt Cardle. Yeah, the one that no one remembers anymore. Question 7. Who scored the first Premier League hat-trick? Paul Darke was in.
Shearer.
It wasn't. Rupi was up next.
Teddy Sheringham.
It's not. Any more buzzers? Rupi's having another go. Buzzer quickly.
Something Dean.
No, nowhere near.
Dean. No.
Susan?
I think it was Gaza.
It wasn't Gaza. One last guess. Who's it going to be on the buzzer? Kelly?
Wayne Rooney.
It wasn't. It was Eric Cantona.
Oh,
It was that far back.
oh, Cantona.
But was it for Leeds or Man United?
He scored a hat-trick in the Charity Shield against Liverpool for Leeds.
What is
last
it?
season.
Well, the first hat-trick in the Premier League was apparently Eric Cantona, according to the Express. So write to them if they've got it wrong.
Fact check that one.
Okay, well, I believe everything I read in the papers. But there we go. Question number 8. Who was the winner of the first ever series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? Let's see if the Express has got this one right. And Paul Darke was in first.
Tony Blackburn.
It was Tony Blackburn. I take it you're a big fan of I'm a Celebrity.
I watched the first one and I've just watched the last one.
Okay, 2 questions to go. And 1 point to the Reds there. Question 9. What is Cher's last name? I didn't even know she had one. Chris Commander buzzes in. It's not. She's not Cher. No, it's Susan.
Is it Corleone?
It's not, but it's a good guess. I'm liking that one. Paul Darke buzzes in.
Share alike.
Share and share alike is not the correct answer. I don't think we're going to get it. It's Sarkisian. Sarkisian. Her first name's Sherilyn, so it's not just share. She's got lots of syllables and everything. Last question. What is the smallest country in the world? This is a nice, easy one to round us off with. Paul Darke buzzes in first.
Vatican.
It is Vatican City. So, I've got the final scores, but before I bring those to you, let's build the suspense a little bit, and let's have a chat around the teams and find out what we're looking forward to in 2021. Let's start off with our Reds and Claire Darke, and as Mayor, we're expecting a mayor-making ceremony in May, so you will be handing over the chains of office.
Yes, we're expecting to have a mayor-making in May with a local election, of course, but yes, let's hope that 2021 is better than 2020. That shouldn't be too difficult, should it?
No, and fingers crossed, touch wood, nothing else can go wrong. Paul, we'll be maybe seeing you returning to the council ranks in 2021?
Absolutely not. My life's too exciting to do that. I've got a small book coming out about stamps because, as you know, I'm a philatelist.
Uh-huh.
And I collect the theme of disabled people on stamps. And 2021 is the 40th anniversary of 1981, which was the International Year of Disabled People. And most countries in the world issued a stamp. So I'm doing a publication about all of those stamps. So keep an eye out for that. So that's how exciting my life is.
And we just have to wonder how much the postage and packing will be if people order that one online. So that's
indeed
should be good. Okay, Claire Dickens, how are we looking for the work that you're going to be doing as part of your work with the Suicide Prevention Forum in 2021?
We've already got our meeting dates set up. Part of what we do as a forum, we've agreed that we're not a talking group, we're a doing group. So part of what we're going to be doing is actually formalising our work with Paul and focusing on some particular areas, including men. For suicide prevention. It's the commonest cause of death for a man under the age of 49 in the UK, and the commonest cause of death for everyone, male, female, under the age of 35. So it's something that we really need to actually look at what the statistics are telling us, some of the stories, and look at where we can actually put that money to best use. So that's where we're going to really be focusing the next 12 months. And thank you, Claire and Paul, for everything that you've done, because it's not an easy focus to actually turn the volume up on. It's not. So thank you.
Yeah, it's something that holds a lot of stigma, but if we can talk about it, hopefully we can avoid it actually happening. So keep up the good work there. Where do we go if we want to support your charity?
So arguably, if you go onto the council's webpage, but what I would do for anyone who's struggling, that's who I more worry about. Anybody who's considering that life isn't worth living, if you have a look at www.stayingsafe.net, And that is full of compassionate resources and videos and signposts with the view to actually just get you through the next 24 hours and to develop a safety plan. And again, Claire did her video on World Suicide Prevention Day, promoting the message of safety planning for all. Everybody needs a safety plan, whoever we are. These thoughts can be set at anybody. You don't have to be experiencing mental illness to experience these thoughts when life gets tough. So I would advocate everybody. My wish, I get quite choked thinking about it, but my wish is that everybody in Wolverhampton has a safety plan, because I think they have the potential to save lives.
Absolutely. So keep up that good work, keep looking after people, and obviously there's a lot that still needs to be done in this world, and fingers crossed we can hopefully keep more people where we want them and their loved ones with their families.
They matter.
Heidi, musically, what have you got ahead for 2021?
Well, I mean, it's really difficult to plan anything, but I will hope to. Now I've mastered the art of digital performance and streaming. It may be that I'm restricted to that format, so I might just have to carry on doing gigs that way. I'm still writing, and I think it'd be good to maybe do some more music videos. I've got 5 albums out now, but it would be good to maybe record a 6th. And I am getting some recording equipment for Christmas, so maybe I could be one of those. I could do like my own cottage industry, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune, record the theme tune. So,
well, that'd be good. We will look forward to that. What's your socials?
So I'm on Facebook and Twitter, and I do have a website, but Facebook's probably the best one for finding out what I'm doing. And there's always like live videos up on there if you want to watch a gig from the comfort of your own living room. So if you go on facebook.com/Heidi Brown Music, and it's Heidi Brown with an E at the end of Brown, Heidi Brown Music.
We will certainly be there. Kelly Jeffs, over at the Lighthouse, still waiting really to see what happens, but I know you've been looking at some of the fantastic movies, which hopefully you'll actually get to screen at some point in 2021.
You know what? There's so many films out there that we can catch up with. It's not always about big blockbusters. And people who know the kind of films that we show at Lighthouse, they tend to be more meaningful, just more culturally, just telling stories that you wouldn't necessarily think about.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many. I saw 12 films last week of new releases that are coming out on private screenings, and there's some amazing stuff. And so there's life left in the old dog yet in terms of cinema, not me. I'm talking about cinema. Cinema's not going to die. Don't worry about all these things that are in the press that, Netflix is killing cinema, and, the distributors, Hollywood's sending everything to streaming. There's still going to be a need and a want and an appetite for a collective experience of watching film. And I'm so excited that at some point we will be back in that place again. And however long it takes, who knows, we have to be patient. But for me, the priority is that everybody's safe and that there's something to look forward to at some point.
Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed. light-house.co.uk. Keep checking for when things go on. Buy your tickets, buy your gift cards, and there'll be some crowdfunders on there, no doubt, at some point in the not-too-distant future. Check all of that out. Now, let's talk to the Red Imp herself and see what we've got ahead for 2021. Is there going to be some more online gigs, I hope?
Yeah, there's going to have to be more online gigs because, large part of the countries are completely closed down. And I think people are just too scared to go into rooms full of people, which is absolutely fair enough. So I think we're going to have to go back online. I'm going to be putting a radio idea into Radio 4 about my How Not to Die in a Plane Crash show that I'm hoping to get onto the actual mainstream radio. I'm sure the listeners of Radio 4 will love that. I'm 18. Here's not how to die in a plane crash. So, we'll just go on. I've written loads of new jokes that just gathering dust on my laptop because I can't tell them. Very frustrating. Anyway, and I'm just looking forward to getting the vaccine. And even if it means having it injected into my eyeball, I will be having it.
Absolutely. I think that sounds like a plan. And where do we find you online?
On Twitter, I'm that Susan Murray. On all the others, I'm just Susan Murray Comedian. You'll find me.
Absolutely excellent. Rupi, what have you got ahead? I'm hoping Loudmouth are going to be doing some great things.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to the day when we can go back into schools and perform, do the live theatre, because obviously with everything that's happening, you know, live theatre is so hard to come by, and theatres obviously had to close because of what's happened as well. So hopefully with work with Loudmouth, it'll be performing back in schools and trying to help as many young people as we can. Personally for myself, and I think just for everybody really, there's been, I think 2020 with COVID, there's also been a lot of no harmony really. I think a lot of, you know, with the Black Lives Matter movement as well, there's been various opinions and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like there's been a joyous thing, something that we can all relish and enjoy. Doesn't seem like there's anything like that this year at all, obviously with what's happened. So I just hope next year something can bring us together and we can celebrate it as a whole. There's no black, white, whatever. It just brings us all together. We can be happy, we can be healthy, and we can be safe.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed 2021 brings us that. And Chris Commander, a few words from you.
When it comes down to what I'm doing, it kind of doesn't matter. It's just, you know, you sort of roll with the punches. Well, you do, don't you? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen next year. I just hope to keep the creative cogs turning. I was in the middle of a period piece when this all hit, so maybe get back into rehearsal for that. That'd be great.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And then next Christmas, I'm going on tour with a 1 or 2 man Christmas carol. So that'll be all around wherever people like me.
Which will be everywhere. You're absolutely star. Right, let's find out who has won, because I have the final results in front of me. I've done the adding up. Red team, you made it up to 18 points with a final flourish in the general knowledge round. However, the Greens are our winners on 18.5.
Oh!
Get in!
Congratulations to Greens. Commiserations to the Reds as always next year. We'll have to see whether you're allowed back with Claire and Paul, but we'll see how we do there. Meanwhile, Heidi, you're going to play us out with a song, one of the that you've recorded during lockdown. Tell us a bit about how you spent some time in a rocking chair.
Oh, yes. Well, this song became all the more relevant in lockdown, but it's a song about kind of being set in your ways and stuck where you are, but kind of quite liking it. And it's a weird thing that a lot of people have become so introverted and compliant and actually manage their expectations down to the point where they don't even want to socialize. I wouldn't say that that's the case with me. I'm itching to get out, but yeah, it's a song. The song doesn't really go anywhere, and it's just like it lulls you into this. You just sat there on your rocking chair and you don't go anywhere, and you don't really want to go anywhere.
Well, let's take our rocking chair out of 2020 and go and rock on in 2021. Thank you all for joining us and for being part of the Wolverhampton Quiz 2020.
Bye.
Been stuck in one place for far too long. The expression on my face, that's the question, oh, what went wrong? My book keeps gathering dust, but I keep on holding on. Telling stories from the past, the time keeps rolling on. Oh, nothing changes yesterday and next year, just one. Only faces, moving circles, and endless thing to God. Oh, oh, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Back and forth on my rocking chair. I'm happy just to leave me there. Back and forth on my rocking chair. I'm happy just to leave me there. Clocks went forward, but they left me behind. Lines around my eyes and minutes misaligned. just leave me there.